What is going on, guys? Beard the Storyteller here, and we're going to go ahead and just settle this thing once and for all. I have been arguing with people left and right, up and down, from Texas to Canada, man, about how the Glock 43X is not a Gen 5 pistol, and I'm going to prove that to you today. For anybody out there that believes that the 43X is actually a Generation 5 or whatever, like, no, it's not. It's still a Generation 4, but it's got some features that just so happen to have came on the Gen 5 pistols, but we're going to get boiled down to that right now. First thing is, I'm going to adjust my phone because it's being stupid and sliding around on me. I don't have a good stand. I need a good tripod or something like that, but I gotta just work with what I got for right now. So, without further ado, this right here, completely clear and empty, as you can see. Alright, empty, no magazine in it, safe to use, safe to carry, safe to use, whatever, handle, all that. Alright, so the first thing is, a lot of people are like, well, it's got front slide serrations on it. Well, that's great. That's great. Next thing is, oh, well, it only has one pin. Okay, yes it does. Yes it does only have one pin. That's fantastic. Quit moving around, phone, or I throw your ass across the room. Next thing is like, well, the finger grooves have been removed off of it. Yeah, they sure as hell have, haven't they? Next thing is, well, the base plates are like Gen 5 base plates. Right here I have a Gen 3 base plate, and right here is the base plate for the 43X, okay? So, as you can see, it's like, yeah, okay, alright, yeah. So one's a little more squared off than the other one is, and this one here obviously has that little lip sticks out a little bit further. And yeah, okay. Well, that's wonderful. But here's my argument about the whole thing. First of all, there is no ambidextrous slide release on here. You think that if Glock made a Gen 5, they would have made it without an ambidextrous slide release? I doubt it. Slide stop, slide release, whatever you want to call it. It's on one side, but it's not on the other side. So, everything might be backwards because I'm using my front-facing camera, just a heads up. I'm sure you may have already figured that out. But, another thing is that Glock didn't put Gen 5 anywhere on the slide physically. You got your Glock emblem right here, you got your 43X right here, you got your Austrian logo right there, and your 9x19 right there. On the other side, same thing applies. There's nothing wrote over here except for your serial number right there, and that's it. Okay, well, that's great. Let's have a look at the Gen 4. This right here is a 19 Gen 4. Same thing, empty, clear, okay, nothing down in it, alright, safe to handle, alright. So, we look at this, well, there's no bevel on the front of the slide like there is on the 43X or any Gen 5 pistols. You know, it's just kind of squared off, just like so. Obviously on the slide it has Gen 4 wrote right there. So it's like, okay, you know. This one obviously has the finger grooves. You know, you can see the little finger notches right there. Okay, yeah, okay. Daggone phone moving around on me again. Good grief. Somebody out there's got a nice tripod, man. Send that sucker over. Help a boy out, you know what I'm saying? You can also see that this one here has the beaver tail on the back of it, you know, which is similar to what is on the 43X. But the difference is that this one came with back straps, you know, and since I have relatively large hands, as you can see, you know, I gotta have a lot of meat to grab a hold of that grip with. But I don't want slide bite, so I put the extended beaver tail on this one. But anyhow, and you can see this one has two pins, one right there and one right above it. So it's like, okay, you know, two pins versus one. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, that's great. But thing about it is, you look at the trigger right here, and you can see the little serrations in the trigger, right? Okay. You look at the 43X, same thing. you got the little serrations on the trigger, just like you do. Yeah, there you go. And you kind of see them a little better there. Okay, well, that's all good. What else have we got? Well, where are you at? Here we go. Here's a Generation 3, okay? Now, this is not really apples to apples comparison. We're talking about Gen 4 versus Gen 5, basically. But we'll just throw the Gen 3 in just for kicks, you know what I mean? So right here is the Glock 22 Gen 3 40 caliber. As you can see, the magazine release is the smaller magazine release. You know, it still has the finger grooves on it as well, which is pretty obvious. You know, same thing applies. No front slide serrations, no beveling on the slide. You know, obviously no ambidextrous slide release, you know, just like so. Just your typical industry duty weapon right here. Nothing fancy there. 2 pins as well, you know, as you can see, 2 pins. And there is no serrations on the trigger. It's just smooth, you know, just like every other Gen 3. Well, wait, I got a Gen 3, got some serrations on the trigger. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay? No, you don't. Right here, my Glock 21. I just got this yesterday. Pretty excited about taking this to the range. I made a video on this one and uploaded it yesterday. You can look at the trigger on this thing and also see, maybe, that it's also smooth. No serrations on the trigger. This one here also has 2 pins. Same thing. No front slide serrations, no beveling on the front of the slide. So now you're like, well, bearded storyteller, that's all great and all. But I got a cousin that used to work down at the Glock factory, and he said that back in 2011, Glock actually started designing that Gen 5 that you're talking about, but they didn't release it until 2017. No, you're a fucking liar, okay? Absolutely fucking liar. And, let me show you this too. I forgot about this. Let me show you. This is my receipt from where I bought my, my Glock 9, or my 43X, sorry. I bought my 43X, and, I got some stuff covered up here just for, you know, safety reasons and all that stuff. The gun shop that I bought this from wrote this on the damn paper, okay? They wrote this on the paper. I didn't ask them to, and I didn't write it myself. Alright? You might be able to read backwards, and if you can, you're a lot better than most people. But you might be able to see where this says Glock 43X, yada yada, you know, 10-round pistol. But right over here, they wrote Gen 4, right there. See that? Gen 4. So that right there is another piece of proof. And now I shall add this piece of paper to my collection of papers, of which this is all of my gun stuff that I've bought over the last couple of years. So, let's see here. So back to the 43X, okay? Let's go ahead and just start wrapping this up. Glock came out with this in 2015, okay? Go on Google and look it up. Type in, when did the Glock 43X come out? It'll tell you in large, broad motherfucking letters, it came out in 2015, okay? Now you're going to go back and backspace and delete all your letters, and you're going to type a new search that's going to say, when did the Glock Gen 5 come out? Or Generation 5, whatever you want to type in, and it's going to tell you in big, broad fucking letters that it came out in 2017. Which means that this motherfucker was in production for 2 years before the Generation 5 came out, before it was introduced, before, you know, it was released, before you, the people, we, the people, could get a hold of it. This was already being made for 2 years, which means that this is a Generation 4. Argument settled. Done deal. I don't care what your cousin did. I don't care what your brother-in-law did. It does not motherfucking matter. This is a Generation 4 Glock pistol, and I do not care what you have to say. So, and if you don't believe it, maybe you should go to Google and type in what generation is the Glock 43X. And that right there will also help you make a determining decision. That way y'all will stop arguing with me on what damn generation the motherfucker is. Okay? And I would greatly appreciate that because I'm getting highly annoyed with it. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, be sure to put that down in the comment section down below. If you want to, like and subscribe. If not, I don't give a shit either way, but I am trying to grow my channel, so if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. You know, this is just raw footage. You know, what you see is what you get. Sometimes I come off a bit cocky. I apologize about that. Just there's certain things that just really piss me off. And so I'm just trying to clarify some shit, get it passed, and let people know that whether you want to believe it or not, this is not a Generation 3. This is not a Generation 5. It's not a 1. It's not a Generation 6. I mean, this thing right here is indeed, without a shadow of a doubt, a Generation 4 pistol. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, like I said, put that down below. If you want to, like and subscribe. And y'all take care and have a great day. And don't do anything I wouldn't do.